What's up, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time into your day to hang out with me. I really appreciate it. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a second part to my best and worst deals. It's kind of just a sort of like fun sort of reflection to be like, I got a really great deal on this card, and then others were just like, that was such a bummer. Why did I do that? We've all had these sort of things. And I also think too, I just want to know, among these worst deals, this is more of just like an oh bummer. I'm not someone who's like very bitter about this sort of stuff. I know some people are like, wow, this card just got reprinted and I just bought it and, you know, the price went down or whatever. I don't really get like bitter about it. I'm just like, oh, that was a huge bummer. You know what I mean? So anyways, without further ado, let's hop into it. Starting with the best is my Craterhoof Behemoth. I got this through a trade, which I feel like is very, like this, I feel like that doesn't happen. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I feel like just people don't have Craterhoof Behemoths thrown around in their binder. I feel like a lot of times too, it's like, it's definitely a higher priced cost card and it's only ever been printed, I think 2 times. So I think being that, it's just kind of a little bit harder to come by, at least that I found. So getting this for a trade was really great. I got it from one of my friends and I love it. It is a non-foil, I will say that. Obviously the goal is to get it in foil, but I had to trade for it. But I traded for it, which is honestly really great. And I'm very excited that I own it, so. Okay, coming in at the worst deals are all of the cat cards that I got. You guys actually didn't see the cat deck because I took it apart because I didn't like it. It was like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it wasn't my jam. Like, it was cat tribal and it was like equipment theme and I don't like it. Like, I wanted to do something different and I was like, it's innovative, I like it, different like for me. I don't have any decks like that and I was really hyped and then I just built it and I was just like, I don't like this. So I traded for a bunch of those, I bought some and now I'm sitting on them and I'm just like, anyone want to build a cat deck? I have like 20 cards for you. Just like, yeah, just really want to get rid of them. Alright, best I put Rhystic Study, and to be honest with you guys, I don't actually remember getting this card. This is like a very much like when do you ever just have trades where you're like, when did I get that? I definitely didn't buy it. I didn't buy it, to be honest. So I have no idea where I got it, but I'm really happy I own it. I only actually own one. I think Paul owns one too. He might own 2. I'm not really sure, but they're just like a little bit more pricey, to be honest. And yeah, I just really want to get more. I hope more comes out in like the newer art, like the Judge promo art. Yeah. So anyways, that was best. Now worst would be, I'm going to be very specific about this, collecting modern cards. Now, you guys know that I played Modern, and what I tried to do, this is such a story, what I tried to do is I said to myself, you know what, you're going to have your deck, but what if one weekend you're like, I want to play something totally different? And so I was like, I'm going to make my own like modern toolbox, and I'm just going to collect random modern staples, and I'm just going to like have all the things I need to like build a modern deck. Now listen, if you play Modern, that is a great idea. I would definitely recommend doing that because it's great to just have cards on hand. And even if you're like, let's just say, like, I'll just take like a control player, for example. You want to have a variety of different counter spells and things like that in your toolbox because you might be going to a tournament and then one time those counter spells are not good in this tournament, but the next tournament they are. So you want to have a variety of things. Like, I would highly recommend that. And if you guys, like, to be honest, want me to do a video on that, I can definitely talk about it. I know I don't play Modern anymore, but I feel like I could definitely still talk about that. Let me know in a comment if you're interested in that. I could definitely film that. But basically, I was under this, like, I'm going to collect cards and it's going to be awesome. And I'm just like, and you know what? For a lot of them, you might be like, that's, a lot of them were you probably got rid of. And I definitely have gotten rid of a lot of those cards. But a lot of them I have that are like commons and uncommons that are like $1, $2 or something that are just kind of like sitting there that I just would kind of rather move. So that's that. Best, I would say, are fetches and shocks. I feel like it's one of those things where even though realistically I want them all foil eventually, like getting them in trades and whatnot is so good. And just like, I'm so happy. Like, I've definitely traded for those before, which again is harder to come by. I don't feel like people are trading those as frequently. I personally am not. I get asked a lot by my friends. They're like, hey, you got any fetches and shocks for trade? And I'm like, no, I might have like we had like 7 polluted deltas in our binder at one point, like in our box, which was wild. And people were like, yeah, polluted deltas. And I was like, yep, I got 7 at home in the box. And they're like, you trading them? And I was like, nope, because you're always going to need that in a commander deck. Like you want to have a lot of them. So I would say any sort of me and Paul trading for fetches and chalks, always good. I've definitely gone on several occasions and I've traded for, if I don't see anything else in their binder, I'll definitely trade that because again, I'm always going to realistically use that. Like one day we're just going to hit like 30 commander decks and it's going to be pretty wild. So who knows, maybe one day. Okay, I would say the worst, and this is again kind of like a general sort of one, would be like buying boxes compared to singles. I've just, to be honest with you guys, whenever we've gotten like boxes recently, it's always been Paul. He's the one who really wants to get it, and so then again we like share our collections and whatnot, so it's kind of like we just acquire so many cards, you guys, and I feel like in my adult life, I am like, I don't want clutter. Like, I was in this conversation with my coworkers the other day, and we were talking about how, like, I feel like some people, and, like, we were talking about it in, like, a generational thing, are just, like, stuff. Like, they just like stuff, and it's like, that's the cool thing to me about Magic cards is like I have like a bag and that has the bulk of everything, and then we have a box, you know what I mean? Like it's so small, but I just think like collecting stuff is like, I'm not about this. And I know you might be like, it's just a bunch of commons and uncommons, and it's like, yes, but it's just, there's so much of it and it just kind of overwhelms me and kind of gives me a little bit of anxiety. So I would say just like getting boxes and stuff like that only if I'm like really in love with the set. Am I very interested in that? Like I wanted to do it for Double Masters and then we didn't end up getting the one, but okay, let's hop into best. Best would be, I got this Spanish Cultivate. Then you guys will see the art, and I know the new art has come out, and I do really like that art too with a little tiny Chandra, so cute. I love this art though, personally. This was only, I think this was an F&M promo is I think what it is, and I just like love a lot of the old school like F&M promos or things like that, or like judge promos. Like this stuff now is don't get me wrong, cool, but there's just something about a lot of these older stuff, like this art, I think this is John Avon, I'm pretty sure, who's one of my favorite artists, and just I'm pretty sure it's John Avon. Love this art, super pretty. I need another one. I think I might need 1 or 2 more, I'm not sure, to fill out like all my commander decks, and I'm just kind of like, they've gone up in price. I got mine for a really good deal. I got one at GP Austin, and it was $7 for the foil, and the foil, this one now is like 18 or 20 last I checked, which was pretty recently, and it's cool. It's Spanish, which I'm not always about foreign cards, like, and it's funny because if you are like an OG, you followed me a while, I used to love like Japanese cards, and now I'm like, it's fine. It's just, it's not something I go out of my way to like do, you know what I mean? It's not something I go out of my way to like purchase or like look for or anything, but like this is just cool. I like the story. The foiling is actually peeling up a little bit, and to be honest with you, I feel like it kind of just adds character, and I'm not someone who's normally like, I like my cards being frayed. Like I did this in, I don't even remember what video I talked about this in recently, but I talked about how like I don't really like beat up cards or anything like that. Like I like my clean pristine cards, but for some reason, even though this guy's got the nick on it, I just really like it, and it's definitely one of the best cards I own in my collection. So, and I like that story. Okay, the worst. I have a Japanese Soren Grim Nemesis because once upon a time I had Super Friends. Did I do a deck tag on that? I don't even know. Maybe. Had it, still have it. Like, that's when you know it's like a bad thing, when you still have it, because like I just feel like the people that I've played Magic with or traded with are just like, they don't like it. Like, they don't like foreign cards, which is fine, but it's like I just have been sitting on this like Japanese Grim Nemesis. Like, anyone need it? I'm just like, I don't know. So yeah, I have that. Guys, oh my goodness, I had to pause the video because I had to look up the price of this card, and then I had to verify that it was the right one that I was talking about, because I needed to be sure. I was like, I don't want to be like, I think this is what I own. No, okay. I have a foil Odyssey Buried Alive, and I actually was like, I was just playing it through because I was like, what deck is this in? And you guys, like, I used to not like old borders, and I adore them now. Like, come on, like, how can you not like this? How can you not like this? Andrew, I'm talking to you. You know, he's not a fan of foils. He's been a subscriber. He's been an OG for a while, and he's like, I don't like foils, but like, how could you not like this? This is stunning. I'm very passionate about this, you guys. The border is stunning. I love that I own this card. And realistically, the coolest part of this story is I got that when I swear the foil of that was like $3. Do I remember where I got it? No, but I remember getting it. And I remember I really liked the border, and so I looked it up because I wanted to buy another one for another one of my decks. And I looked it up, and I was like, why is this so expensive? I was like, I definitely didn't pay. The foil is $21 for this when I paid like $3 for the foil. So I don't know what it is, but the old border is stunning. We love an old border. Okay. We're ending on such a dumb note that if like you made it this far, like shout out to you. This is such a dumb story that, to be honest, do I really didn't want to subjugate myself to like admitting this story to you guys? Yeah, because we do it for, I was supposed to say do it for the vine. Does anyone like remember that? Is that like a thing? Do it for the vine? I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, I got a French, I believe this is French, Wanderwine hub. And you might be looking at this card being like, oh, Tracy, you own a Merfolk deck, but you don't own the Merfolk deck in white. And okay, this is a story. So many stories. I hope you guys don't mind. I was trading with my friend Chris, and he was like, I have a bunch of cards for you to look through, like a bunch of commander stuff. Foils, non-foils. I got to play, and it was so fun. I just got to like look through cards, and it was like such a joyous experience. It's like if you've ever been to like a GP and you just get to like browse and like look at all the stuff and like figure out what you want to buy. It's like that. It was great. It was like, but it was like my own personal like shop that I got to look through. It was so fun. I got a bunch of really, really, really awesome cards, including in Dissension Orzhov Signet, which was not the price that I got it for now. Now that card is like it's like $15 foil or something, and I got it when it was like 5 foil. Anyways, so what card are we even talking about? I'm like on this long-winded tangent. Anyways, okay, so yeah, I'm trading for all these cards, and I look at this card and I was like, oh my god, it's French, like it's really cool, I need it. And I was like, I can put it in Merfolk, and then I was like, Tracy, your Merfolk deck is green and blue. You don't run white in the deck. And I don't know if I was thinking back when I had my Afara God of the Police Merfolk deck, because I did have that once upon a time. Did I ever film a deck tech? I don't even know. But I had that, and I got the card, and then I realized after, I was like, I can't put this in the deck, and I had already traded for it, and now it's just sitting in my binder, because does anyone really want a French Wanderwine hub? The answer is no. So I just have it in my binder, and it's just literally chilling, and I don't know what to do with it. So that was more of like a, you messed up, because why would you make that deal? I don't know. So guys, that was it. I would really love to know what some of your best and worst deals are. This is kind of just like, honestly, just a really fun, like casual sort of video. But I'd really like to know. I will list in the description my first part, just in case you want to check that out. But that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like it if you did, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll catch you guys in my next one.